Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing a layout for my creative scrapbook, and I will be using the main kit for July. This kit has goodies from the Maggie Holmes Woodland Grove collection. So normally you get 12 pattern papers and then I believe 4 to 5 embellishments. So I am starting off this layout inspired by a sketch from Allison Davis. So I'm creating a 2-page layout, and I had these photos of my daughter, and I wanted to have them 3x4. So of course, to do that, and having so many, I had to create a 2-page layout, and I was inspired by Allison's her sketch was from Scrapbooking with Hexagons 2-page sketches. And this sketch, if you're looking for it, if you have that sketch bundle, it's sketch number 1. So I'm just arranging up my photos according to how the sketch shows. I have a row kind of towards the top, and I think there's 6 there, and then I'll have 2 a little bit further down on the left. And I just want to apologize in advance. I didn't realize this until a little bit later in the video as I was recording, that I kind of have the right page cut off a little bit. Eventually that'll get fixed, and it doesn't really affect too much as I'm creating this and showing it to you. But so I kind of know where I want my photos, and this photo here that I'm adhering is gonna overlap the two pages slightly, but nothing significant where you lose details of the photo. I kind of made sure that it barely overlapped so that I wasn't cutting too much off, and I was making it easy on myself. So obviously, like I said, I'm using this sketch from Allison Davis, which has hexagons. So I'm starting here right in the middle of where these 2 pages meet, and I'm starting to create the design. So basically it's hexagons that move from the left to the right, they kind of flow a little bit, I guess. And so I'm not going to make you watch this whole thing because it did take me a while, and I was kind of changing my mind, and yeah, it just took a little while to get it down exactly how I wanted it. The sketch kind of shows that you cover up just a small portion of the bottom of those photos. So on most of them, they will be covered up. And I think I punched out 7 or 8 different patterns. And so I'm trying to vary the colors and the patterns and make sure they're not too similar by each other. And also that it's well balanced on both sides of the layout. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just continuing to adhere these down. And I love Maggie Holmes collections. They're just so pretty and super easy to use. And I loved that these photos really matched her colors well. Like I feel like this is maybe a little more of a blue than my daughter's dress, which is more prominently purple, but I thought it complemented each other pretty well. And I have these greenery in the background behind her, and that matched the green in this collection really well. So okay, so now I am just going to adhere down my 2 photos on the left, and like I said before, they're kind of a little bit lower than that row of photos on the top. And I need to add some hexagons on the left side of that photo. And I'm also going to just put a few more smaller hexagons in this flow of hexagons. They'll kind of give a little fun play to it and not be all the same. I apologize that my phone is in in here. I didn't mean to do that. I tried to make sure that it's not on the screen. Okay, I have that all glued down and arranged, and now I'm going to work on embellishing, starting with the title, and I'm going to grab this Seek Sunshine from the thickers that are included with the collection and in this kit for July. I was just going to tell you that I do really enjoy using or creating two-page sketches, or two-page layouts, especially when you have this many photos and you don't want to make them super small. It just gives a little more freedom to create a bigger design. So I'm just adding this on there, that title, and then you saw that I had taken out the number 4. That was because my daughter turned 4 here and she wanted her ears pierced. So Grandma took her to get her ears pierced, and she was so brave, didn't even cry. And when she got home, she was so proud and wanted to show them off and take pictures, and this girl loves to take pictures and she's very good at it, and this was a fun little photo session. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure I included them all. And of course we had to get a photo with her big sister, so. And I love that photo that's kind of towards the right side that's gonna get cut into there in the middle. I love that she's pointing like at the other side of the layout. I thought that was fun. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to include this number 4, and I really liked that spot, but unfortunately it was right in the middle where I'm gonna have to cut these two apart, and I didn't love that I was gonna have to cut that 4 in half. So I'm gonna settle with it up there, and I really like that spot. I think that actually fills up that spot really nicely. And tuck those flowers under my photos and then add the 4 on. I kept the embellishing pretty simple because there's so much going on with the hexagons and the colors. As far as Allison's sketch, she doesn't have as much for embellishments either. She mostly just has some hearts that are spread out across the hexagons. So I stuck to the sketch pretty closely. The title is in the same spot, and there will be journaling that will go above by that 4 eventually. I just didn't include it on the video. Now I'm ready to cut this apart, and this was a little bit tricky because I was trying to make sure that I cut it straight since I was cutting through that photo. So I'm just doing little by little here, and then you can see that's the little piece that needs to get adhered back on. That is part of that photo. So I'm just going to adhere that back, trying to make sure it's lined up as well as possible, although it doesn't really matter because when I put this away in an album, they're not going to be, you know, butt up against each other. They're going to be next to each other, but you won't be able to see perfectly that they maybe don't, which it lined up pretty well. But anyways, so just cutting off anything that's hanging off the side, and I'm really liking the way this is looking. I thought about going back and adding some stitching around the edges. I think that would just finish this off super nicely, and that will be where my journaling will live eventually when I get it written. So there you are. This is the 2-page sketch I made with the July main kit for my creative scrapbook. I will make sure to link to their website so you can see the kits that are available for this month. I hope you enjoyed the video and are inspired to create a 2-page scrapbook. Thank you so much for coming, and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.